Hello, Dr. Joe here. Now, in today's video, we are going to be talking about an overlooked health benefit of apples. This is a health benefit that nobody talks about, but we are going to be discussing it in today's video. So, in my hand here, I've got a red apple and a green apple on this other hand. No, we're not going to be discussing the difference between red apples and green apples, or which one is better. No, that's not what we're going to be talking about. Rather, we're going to be talking about the relationship between apples and radioactive elements, as well as heavy metals that you have in your body right now, okay? That's what we're going to be talking about, the relationship between apples and all of those undesirable elements that you probably have in your body. And after the short presentation, I will tell you how you can apply these to your daily lives. So, how about we get started?
Okay, so we're going to be looking at what I describe as the apple magic, and we are going to do that through the lens of children that were exposed to radioactive poisoning from the Chernobyl disaster of April 1986. I don't know if you remember that event. It was a very sad event. These kids that lived in that area, bordering Ukraine, Belarus, in Europe. Very, very sad event. And in fact, the after effects are still being felt today. Now, when radioactive elements gain access into our body, they really act as, dangerous free radicals in the body. They go wild. They cause metabolic mayhem. Not just that, they slice and dice our DNA and, causing cancer. So if you're talking about really dangerous free radicals, you cannot beat radioactive elements. They are the ultimate poison for the body. Now, if you've got radioactive burden in the body, can you reduce that burden through diet? That is the question we're going to be answering now through a study that we're going to be looking at shortly. And in particular, the radioactive element in question here will be cesium. Okay, cesium, that's what we're going to be looking at. And how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to do that through a study where they took 64 children from a contaminated village in the Ukraine area. And they took those kids to a safe environment, a sanatorium, for 1 month. Okay, so they isolated these kids from this contaminated village. And what did they do to the kids when they got there? Well, the study authors split the kids up into two groups, randomized them. And one group, they gave them milled apple pectin extract. Okay, milled apple pectin extract was what they gave to one of the groups, and the second group they just gave them placebo powder. And of course, the radioactive element in question here is cesium. So the study authors measured the cesium load in these kids both before and after, because they wanted to see whether there was going to be any reduction in the cesium load in these unfortunate kids that had this radioactive burden in their bodies. So what did they find? Well, what they found was quite interesting. In the group that received apple pectin powder, there was a 62.6% reduction in the cesium load in these kids. Okay, 62.6% reduction in the cesium load in these kids in just 1 month. Okay, in just 1 month. And in the placebo group, there was a 13.9% reduction in the cesium load in the placebo group. So now you may be asking, okay, how come there was some reduction in the placebo group kids? Well, here's your answer. Both groups were fed what we will describe as radiologically clean food. So just by virtue of feeding both groups with radiologically clean foods, they found a 13.9% reduction in the placebo group. And of course, when you top that with apple pectin powder, there was a much more significant reduction of 62.6% reduction in the cesium load in these kids. So really fantastic result there. Apple doing a fantastic job. And this is a study. It was published in Swiss Medical Weekly with the title Reducing the Cesium Load in the Organism of Chernobyl Children with Apple Pectin.
So, truth be told, we all have heavy metals in our bodies, okay? We do. We consume heavy metals from the foods we eat, the water we drink, the air we breathe. We just have heavy metals. Anybody who is over 40 years of age, especially in the Western world, has got heavy metals in their body. So, one of the things you will notice online is that people will try to sell you supplements to facilitate expelling these heavy metals out of the body, okay? Some of them will go as far as selling you supplements that require intravenous infusion for you to get rid of heavy metals. Well, guess what? You don't need all of that, okay? You don't need all of that. Here is a solution for you. Apples, okay? Eat your apples and they will help you get rid of heavy metals off your body, okay? You don't need to spend a whole lot of money when you can eat apple that will provide you with pectin, which is a soluble fiber. Pectin will help you get rid of some of those heavy metals, as you saw in that very study. In fact, there are some other studies that support the fact that you can use pectin and some of that soluble fiber to get rid of heavy metals off your body. So that was the message in today's video. That simple solution, apple is just a food that is relatively cheap, affordable. You can use it to do this particular function, which is a health benefit that nobody talks about. Anyway, now you know. So do let me know in the comment section if you're somebody who likes an apple, because like they say, an apple a day keeps the doctors away, okay? So grandma was right. So do let me know if you love apples in the comment section, and if you hate eating apples as well, because I'm sure there are some people out there who probably hate eating apples. Do let me know in the comment section as well. So I'm hoping that you got some value from this very video. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. Please like the video, and also please share this video with your friends, family, and colleagues. Any questions, do let me know in the comment section. That's it for today's video. Until next time, well, this is Dr. Joe signing out.